Case involved the cynical exploitation of a number of young girls by a group of older men. The scale of the offending meant that the case had to be broken down into a number of trials, some of which were concluded earlier this year. The judge today has relaxed reporting restrictions so that some details of those cases can now be reported. The men who have been convicted of these appalling crimes deliberately targeted their victims because of their vulnerability. They groomed them and exploited them for their own sexual gratification. Sometimes they used threats and violence. Typically, they plied them with alcohol and drugs. At the heart of this case is the victims, who have all shown immense courage in coming forward to assist the investigation and support the prosecution case. I sincerely hope that the convictions of their abusers will go some way to helping these young women rebuild their lives. Our thoughts remain with them.
Firstly, I want to thank and pay tribute to the survivors in these cases. It's been a long and arduous process for them, and the courage that they have showed in coming forward and in giving evidence has brought these offenders to justice. And I hope that the outcome of the trials will give them some closure. I'd also like to acknowledge the professional work of West Yorkshire Police and staff within Kirklees Council who've worked together to achieve this outcome. This and the sentences handed down to the criminals show that child sexual exploitation will not be tolerated in Kirklees. These are non-recent cases. It's important to reassure the public that these crimes took place a number of years ago, at a time when, as we know sadly from other cases in other parts of the country, that the issue of child sexual exploitation was not well defined or understood. Since then, lessons have been learned. In Kirklees now, all agencies, particularly Children's Services and West Yorkshire Police, work closely together to ensure that victims and potential victims are protected, and that those who seek to exploit and abuse children and young people are brought to justice. These robust arrangements mean that there is no hiding place for perpetrators of CSE in Kirklees. I'd also like to reassure the public that we are not in any way complacent on this issue. For that reason, we have commissioned an independent expert, Professor Mark Neal, from the University of, former Professor of Social Work at the University of Leicester, to come in and to conduct an independent review of these historical cases and the way that they were managed, to identify any lessons that we can learn from them. We've also are looking to commission some further work to have a look at current processes and procedures with the local Safeguarded Children's Partnership, to have a look at whether or not they can be strengthened in any way.